Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Nimithrander, and Stygian Onslaught is in a disturbance outbreak once again. So, let's have a gander and see what the challenge will be this time. Well, before we do that, let me grab these right quick. Okay. Looks like we're in the same spot as before. But I wonder if we'll be dealing with the same bosses as last time. Let's see, with the Tulpa... trying to think of the names. I'm blanking on the name of the middle one, Lava Dragon. The Hydro Tulpa, and then the Secret Source Automaton. So what'll it be this time? Oh, Tenebrous Papilla for the first one. The Tortoise. Interesting. Idle. Don't know what that one even is, if I'm being honest. Yeah, we can start on hard, just so I can figure out some of these. Alright, I know how to beat the Papilla. As for the Tortoise... Not sure. I've only fought that like once or twice in the Abyss, I believe. So I'll have to think about what will be the best weapon against him. Hydro, Electro, and Shields, eh? I guess that's where I'll be using Inefa then. Oh, it's a hat-trick enemy. That's a new one. Well, I do have the perfect person to deal with the Papilla. Namely, Chaska. She'll be able to shred its resistance rather nicely. It is what I thought it was. The image before was a little hard to parse. That looks like it's from the new area, the resort. Which probably explains why I haven't seen it before. Alright. Definitely using Inefa on this one. And all the... Yep, all the people I was thinking of using are on the Exalted list here, so... I dare say that should be simple enough. Let's see, given the options... I think I'll throw Kokomi in for some healing. And use Yelan, and of course, Inefa. As for the Tortoise... Since it's an Electro enemy, or it seems to be... Perhaps stealing Cryo will be useful against it. High frequency is negative, however. Does that mean that I shouldn't be using Skirk on it? Well, I won't be using Skirk on the Papilla, and Skirk is exalted, so we will be using her against this thing. Might as well. I would use Shenhe. Oh, already using Yelan. Actually, so I will use Shenhe after all. And the Papilla, who will be our first adversary. Against him, let's see. Xingqiu won't actually be helpful here, as he, to my understanding, his attacks with his burst will not proc if I use them with Chaska's elemental skill. Just won't actually do its thing. Now I'm wondering, I could put... Don't want to double up on anyone, if I can help it anyway. So, if we can use Shilonen, Moika, and Seed Lolly. I'll be doing most of the damage, presumably, with Chaska. At least she'll be the active attacker for most of it. But bursting with Moika ought to do a fair chunk of damage here and there. So, let's see if my team compositions do the trick. At the very least, I can break the Papilla out of its ultimate with Chaska. That much at least shouldn't be an issue.
Pyroclastic Surge! Let's fly! Bullseye! Lockjaw! Bullseye! Full throttle!
Oh, I took a hit, but didn't really matter. Alright. First round goes to me. Alas, I ended up burning all of my resin. Just getting Yennefer to level 90 recently. So, gonna have to wait on getting those rewards. So, next up is the turtle. We'll see how this goes. The Papilla was easy, but I'm not certain about the turtle. Depending on how this goes, I might switch out Skirk or Wriothesley. He attacks a little slower.
A dash of frosting!
Although getting to freeze him solid kind of invalidates his shield, doesn't it? Yeah, I remember having trouble with that thing in the Abyss. Although, I think it was an Abyss where I ended up using my second account. And the second account didn't have a good cryo unit. So that might explain why I was a bit cautious of this thing. Oh well. Not really as bad as I was fearing, although it was only on hard difficulty rather than, well, menacing or beyond. Still, we have one more challenge to do, against an enemy that I have never fought before. So, let's see how this pans out.
Shine
At the
down.
very least, it should be novel.
Hold the line.
Nope.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
Okay.
Dicey. Allow me. Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion. There is no
Okay,
escape.
then.
Preparing for dust up.
It took a bit for me to actually figure out how that worked, but now that we've got him out of his shielded state. Alright, that took significantly longer. But, well, we've now managed to beat all three. And, well, all that would be left would be... collecting whatever rewards are available for first-time completion. Because I'll have to actually build up some resin again before I can collect the other rewards from this. So, let's see what we can gather from it. There we go. 450 primos, not bad. Especially not for about 10 minutes actual work. Looking at it, I should have done this before maxing out an Effa. Those heroes' wits would have been quite helpful, but oh well. And if we can get 1,200 prestige, well, we can get the dire commendation and get another of these dusts of enlightenment. Not that I've had much use for these, if I'm being honest. Oh well. That was actually easier than I thought it would be. Though again, only did it on hard because I'm not actually all that keen on doing the challenges. And we get a few points and a level or two. And since we have one permanent banner wish, I'm saving up, because I don't want an Uneva constellation or a Sea Lolly one. And I'm not throwing wishes at the weapon banner at the moment. Hoarding for Varka and possibly Alice. So no more wishes for quite a while. Not on the main account, anyway. Second account, I will be trying to get Sea Lolly. She's too good for Moeka and for Nouvelette to skip. But for now, let's see what we can get for a single wish. Not do a 5-star, and I'm not even sure for a 4, so complete luck of the draw. Let's see what happens. The answer is the 9 times out of 10
Inactivity
answer.
serves no-
Oh well. Like I said, didn't really have any expectations for that. Oh well. But, seemingly, that wraps up Stygian Onslaught for now. I don't see much of a point in recording me doing the challenge over and over again, trying to get the one perfect run. So, this will be the end of my coverage of this event. If you enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play, as well as my playthrough of the Genshin Impact main story, and my new Warframe content. And, as always, have a good day.